It's the 8th of October. We're right now in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri's Tikonia area, which is barely 10 kilometers away from Nepal border. 5 days ago on October 3rd, an incident that took place here took the country by storm. 3 vehicles rammed into a crowd of protesting farmers. What led to this incident? In late September, Union Minister Ajay Mishra gave a speech where he said this.
इसमें वो जो लोग जुड़े हुए हैं जो राजनीतिक रूप से फेल हो चुके हैं वो भी सहारा देते हैं इनको, और कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी तत्व भी जुड़े हैं जिनके खालिस्तान और दूसरी जगहों से संबंध है। ऐसे कम्युनिस्ट लोग भी जुड़े हैं जो वहां पर पैसा दे रहे हैं, और वो लोग भी जुड़े हैं जिन्होंने गरीबों की जमीनों पर कब्जा कर रखा। लेकिन मैं उन लोगों को समझा देना चाहता हूं कि सुधर जाओ, सुधर जाइए, लेकिन अब सुधरेंगे भी तो भी जांच तो जरूर होगी। ऐसे काले झंडे दिखाने वाले जो सामने आने की हिम्मत नहीं रखते, उनके रात में पीठ पीछे ये बात करते हैं, अगर औकात हो और ताकत हो, हिम्मत हो, तो जिस दिन सामने आएंगे उस दिन उनकी औकात बता दूंगा क्या।
Triggered by this, farmers decided that on October 3rd they would protest. They decided to mark their protest by waving black flags when the Union Minister Ajay Mishra and the Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya would land at this very helipad to attend an event, a wrestling match that was scheduled to take place at Ajay Mishra's hometown in Banvirpur area, which is about 2 kilometers away from where we're standing right now. When the administration realized that there was going to be a massive farmers' agitation here and that the helicopter might struggle to land, they decided that the two ministers' routes would be changed, which means they would not land here and they were to arrive by road at that particular event. At around 4 p.m., the farmers who'd arrived here to wave their black flags at the leaders did not see the leaders and decided to go back home and call off the protest. As they made their way back through this particular road, 3 vehicles arrived from the Union Minister's home side and rammed into the protesters. A video that went viral on social media makes it very, very clear that these 3 vehicles which rammed into the crowd of protesters had absolutely no intention of slowing down, because even after they rammed into the protesters, they continued to speed. As the 3 vehicles rammed into the crowd, 2 of the vehicles actually toppled onto the side of the road and the third one sped away. Now, the Union Minister had made it very clear and actually confirmed in multiple media reports that 2 of these vehicles actually belonged to him and were registered under his name. Right after this particular video of the vehicle ramming into the protesters emerged, 2 more videos went viral on social media. In these 2 videos, we see Hariom, the driver of one of these vehicles, being dragged out by enraged farmers and being beaten to death. The other video we see is of Shyam Sundar. Now, in this video, Shyam Sundar is a BJP worker who is seen bleeding from his head and being aggressively questioned by farmers if he was sent to the protest by Ajay Mishra himself. Now, Shyam Sundar says yes, but doesn't go into details, and that's the last we see of him. He too died. Another BJP worker who lost his life is Shubham Mishra, and no particular video has emerged to really clear up how exactly Shubham Mishra lost his life. The 8th person to lose his life in this whole ordeal is Raman Kashyap, a journalist who worked for Sadhana News. So in total, 8 people lost their lives. 4 farmers, a driver, 2 BJP workers and a journalist. Right after the incident, farmers decided that they would actually place the bodies of the 4 deceased farmers at this very spot, that is the helipad, to mark their protest. It was only after Rakesh Tikayat, the Bharatiya Kisan Union leader, the next day came to Lakhimpur Kheri and had multiple rounds of conversation with the administration, and a deal was finally brokered. It was agreed that the deceased farmers' families would be paid 45 lakh rupees as compensation, a High Court judge would probe the case, and an FIR would be lodged against the Union Minister's son, Ashish Mishra. All of this was done. The 4 bodies finally went for post-mortem. Now, here are some of the things we know for sure. That 8 lives were lost, 3 cars rammed into protesting farmers, 2 of these cars belong to Ajay Mishra, the union minister. What we don't really know so far is where Ashish Mishra was between 3 and 4 p.m. on October 3rd. Now, eyewitnesses that News Laundry spoke to, and we've done a long report on this, you can check it out on our website. Eyewitnesses told us that they saw the Union Minister's son Ashish Mishra in one of these cars. They saw him take out a gun, they saw him shoot a farmer, and they saw him run away into a lane on the side of this area. Now, the Union Minister Ajay Mishra actually denies his son's presence at the event and at the site of violence, and says that his son was with him and the Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya at all times. Eyewitnesses in the village who were attending the wrestling match for which the Deputy CM was to arrive showed News Laundry a video which was shot around 2:15 p.m. marking the presence of Ashish Mishra and his driver who lost his life at that wrestling event, and they continue to tell us that Ashish Mishra remained there till 5 p.m. Now, Ashish Mishra is only one person. He could have either been at the site of violence, he could have either been at the wrestling match, or he could have been with his father and the Deputy CM. Even though all these three events are clearly events that were heavily videographed, we still have no video evidence of where Ashish Mishra was during that particular time period, 3 to 4 p.m. on October 3rd. What we also don't know is that despite an FIR being filed against him, we have no idea if the police have actually taken his mobile, tried to find his location, or what the status of the investigation really is. 2 FIRs were filed. One was against Ashish Mishra and others for murder and rioting. The other FIR was filed by a BJP worker, Sumit Jaiswal, against farmers. Now, Sumit Jaiswal also has been seen in a video at the site of violence. He himself has recognized and identified himself. He said that is him. He said that he was running away to save his life. As of now, when News Laundry visited his home this morning, he wasn't at home, but we've been told that he was summoned by the police for questioning. In the last 5 days that we've spent in Lakhimpur Kheri, one thing that remains unchanged is that Ashish Mishra has not been arrested, and he remains untraceable, is what the police says. On October 7th, finally, after the Supreme Court took up the case after petitions were filed, is when the UP police for the very first time summoned Ashish Mishra for questioning. They did this by pasting a poster outside his house asking him to show up at the crime branch at 10 a.m. on October 3rd. When we waited at the crime branch at 10 a.m. on October 3rd, we were there I think for about 2 hours, and now it's evening and we know that Ashish Mishra never really showed up. A second summon has been issued for the Union Minister's son to show up for questioning. Now, News Laundry visited the home of 6 people who lost their lives. 2 of those were Lovepreet and Nakshatar Singh. Lovepreet was 20 years old and Nakshatar Singh was about 62-year-old. This was the youngest and the oldest protester to have lost their lives. Both of these protesters were attending the Kisan Andolan for the very first time, and this was also going to be the last time they ever attended a farmers' protest. We also know that Nakshatar Singh now is the green turbaned man who was the first to be hit by the Union Minister's car, which was a Thar. Now, who is Ashish Mishra? If you enter this particular Tikunya area, one thing that you will not miss are the large signboards and the wall paintings that read Ajay Mishra, Ashish Mishra, Ab ki baar Monu Bhaiya Sarkar. Now, Monu Bhaiya, Ashish Mishra, is not an elected leader. He's not a politician himself. He is merely a politician's son. If you ask people in this area, you will see that they really support him. There's a sort of worship attitude that people have towards Ajay Mishra and his family, including Ashish Mishra. But if you really sit down and ask them what exactly Ashish Mishra has done for the people of this area, they do not really have much to say. Now, while the story is very much about the 4 farmers who lost their lives and those in power who seem to receive protection from the administration, it's also the story of those lives which were lost in a very thankless and ignored manner. Now, among the 3 who died from the BJP side, 2 of them spent such a large part of their lives working for the BJP. Shyam Sundar was friends with Ashish Mishra for about 12 years and spent 8 years of his life working for the BJP. Hari Om was actually the driver of the Union Minister himself for about 6 years and then was spending his time working with Ashish Mishra. Now, despite spending so much of their time working for this political party, neither of these two people, or even Shubham Mishra, the other BJP worker who died, were really any leaders. They were not politicians in their own areas. They did not seem to have any power. In fact, when we visited their homes, it was evident that they lived in abject poverty. They were weighed down by debt and hunger. So far, there have been no conversations with the Union Minister Ajay Mishra where he is giving them any concrete plan of how he would help them or support them after they've lost their loved one.
On October 8th, a little after this video was recorded, an NDTV article confirmed that the two BJP workers and the driver were compensated with 45 lakh rupees from the government side. This means that all 8 people who died on October 3rd have been compensated by the government with rupees 45 lakhs.
Me and my colleague Shivangi and I, we've spent the last 5 days in Lakhimpur Kheri. We've traveled, we've met victims, we've been to the police station, we've spoken to people from the administration. What has become very, very clear is that when this incident occurred, it was reported as an incident between farmers and BJP workers. But just in 5 days, it has quickly turned into a situation and a tense situation between Sikhs and Hindus. The communal tension in this area is very, very potent right now. Every time we visited a BJP worker's house or visited a family of a BJP family who lost their worker, they would tell us that the people protesting were not farmers, they were Deshdrohis, they were Khalistanis. Now, the first time the term Khalistani or Khalistan got associated with the farmer protest was actually November 2020. If you remember, when the farmer protest had just arrived at the borders of Delhi, it was started by BJP politicians. It was started by people like Amit Malviya from the BJP IT cell, who started putting out this on Twitter. A year on, this particular trend that started on social media by BJP politicians, it was misreported through fake news, has clearly transgressed into a reality that has unfolded on ground. Now, the Sikh-Hindu tension on ground is become a big, big reality. Now, finally, let's talk about the media. Now, every time Shivangi and I went to meet a farmer's family, every time we approached a farmer protest, every time there was a roadblock by farmers, we were stopped, we were questioned, we were asked to show our press card. We were asked questions like, are you from Godi Media? We were asked questions why we are here, what kind of media we are from, which kind of platform we report, who we report to. And we were asked this again and again and again, surrounded by groups of men, persistent, angry with the media. And each time we would have to calmly present ourselves. We'd have to convince them that we would not distort their reality. We would have to convince them that we would not misreport their story. And it was only after that we would be allowed to meet the families. This entire ordeal would sometimes take 10 to 15 minutes to even convince farmers and protesters that we were not going to misreport their story. Now, this skepticism towards the media is not unfounded. There has been so much misreporting that has happened on the farmers' protest by certain sections of the media that today farmers on the ground are extremely, extremely suspecting and doubtful of any reporter who comes here to report their story. So, as you can see, currently everything in Lakhimpur Kheri remains tense. One thing that remains true is Ashish Mishra is still free. In the midst of all this, while 8 people died in his area, in his hometown, the Union Minister Ajay Mishra traveled to Delhi, attended an event, met the Home Minister Amit Shah, which almost sealed the deal that he would not be fired from his post. Meanwhile, 8 lives have been lost. There is a lot of skepticism towards reporters. And let's not forget that the area is simmering with communal tension. We've done multiple long reports that you can see on our website. We've been here for the last 5 days. Please do support us. Go and subscribe to newslaundry.com. Check out our reports. This is Nidhi Suresh and Shivangi Saxena for newslaundry.com.
We, being an independent platform, depend on our readers, viewers and listeners. Support independent media by subscribing to News Laundry. Go to newslaundry.com, click on the subscribe button at the top and pay to keep news free.